Hey everyone, have you ever thought about what happens to the money your parents or grandparents give you for birthdays, holidays, or just because? What if instead of spending it right away, you put it into dividend stocks? Dividend stocks are companies that pay you a share of their profits regularly, usually every quarter. When you reinvest those dividends, you buy more shares, which then pay even more dividends. It's called compounding, and over decades it can turn small gifts into real money. Historically, the stock market with dividends reinvested has returned about 10% per year on average. High-quality dividend growth stocks, the ones that raise their dividend every year for 25 years or more, have often done just as well or better with less drama. Imagine your grandma gives you $50 every birthday. If you invest that $50 each year into a solid dividend stock or a dividend ETF and reinvest the dividends, after 20 years that habit alone can grow to several $1,000s. After 30 or 40 years, it can become a serious nest egg. Let's look at real examples. Companies like Coca-Cola, Johnson & Johnson, and Procter & Gamble have been raising their dividends for decades. Someone who bought and held them long-term while reinvesting dividends turned small amounts into life-changing sums. $1,000 invested in the S&P 500 with dividends reinvested back in the 1920s would be worth hundreds of thousands today. Even starting later, the same principle applies. Time in the market plus reinvested dividends is the real secret. You don't need a lot of money to start. Even $20 or $50 from a birthday card can buy a fraction of a share of a good company or a low-cost dividend ETF through most brokerage apps. Set it to reinvest dividends automatically and forget about it for years. The key is consistency. Every time you get money from family, pause and ask, do I need to spend this right now, or can I let it grow for my future self? Over 20, 30, or 40 years, that simple habit can turn hundreds of small gifts into tens of thousands of dollars. So next time your parents or grandparents hand you cash, thank them, and then put it to work in quality dividend stocks. Let time and compounding do the heavy lifting. Start small, stay consistent, and watch what those gifts can become. Thanks for watching. Here's a simple example. Say you get $100 total each year from family gifts and invest it every year starting at age 15. At a long-term average of 9 to 10% with reinvested dividends, by the time you're 45, that could easily grow past $20,000 or $30,000 without adding any extra money of your own. And if you keep going until 55 or 60, the numbers get even bigger because of the snowball effect of compounding. That's the power of turning temporary gifts into permanent wealth-building machines. Dividend stocks make that possible for anyone, not just rich people. Remember, every gift is a seed. Plant it in quality dividend-paying companies, water it with reinvestment, and give it decades to grow. Your future self will thank you. See you next time.